let you not pay your taxes, I would report you to the IRS.
You're not going to jail. You're going to prison.
Hi friends. So this is going to be kind of a different video. I've been wanting to do this for a while now, and I just figured, you know what? Why not? Today would be a good day. I just feel like doing it, and I need to do it. So basically, I just want to talk about hot topics right now while I do my nails, because as of recently, you guys know I moved and I no longer have the same nail tech accessible to me, and so I'm going to go back to doing my own nails because I need to. So that's what we're going to be doing while we talk about things that are happening in pop culture. This is just going to be like, this is about celebrities. Yes, I understand that I shouldn't care this much, that this whatever, but at the same time, it's just what's happening in the media, and I feel like talking about it because I do feel strongly about these topics. Starting off with Tory Lanez. I don't even know, like, this is no longer about Tory anymore. This is more so about everybody who rallied around this man and accused Megan of lying. And I didn't want to talk about this for the longest. Like, I didn't make any post about it. I haven't said anything about it because, to be quite honest with you, it just speaks for itself, and people are still saying that she lied. People are still saying that he didn't shoot her and that this is, you know, an injustice on him and blah, blah, blah. And to that, I'm just, do you? Like, that's why I'm not even saying anything, because it's just the fact that people didn't believe it in the first place that's getting to me, if I'm being quite honest. It's really the idea that, like, somebody literally said that they got a woman at that. And it's like, how this whole thing played out is kind of insane, because just, to me, I don't even, this is not coming off, so, and it's like hurting, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do with trying to get this nail polish off. So basically, to me, it's just crazy. It's more so telling about the people that didn't believe that she was shot, or didn't believe, I don't know. To me, it's just the same thing as the whole thing with R. Kelly. Like, this man was literally, like, convicted of running a sex cult. There were victims. There was a documentary. There was literal evidence. People admitted to the things that they were doing to help R. Kelly get with underage women. People still don't believe it. People still don't care. And people still, you know, support his music. And it's just, I don't know. It just says so much about the character of people. I really, like, no, I don't listen to his music. First of all, first and foremost, this is going to be a hot take, apparently, that I just don't even understand. His music is not that good. Like, oh my God. No one was checking for Tory Lanez until the pandemic. And it wasn't because of his music. It was because of his, the quarantine radio thing. No one was checking for him. I'm sorry, you're not going to convince me. People are like, no, he's the GOAT. He's so talented. He had this, he had that. You could be talented, you could do all that, but no one was checking for Tory Lanez. You will never convince me that before this, Tory Lanez was just this poppin' music mogul that everybody was just in awe of his talents. Please. Like, it's so crazy how when the narrative shifts, like, now all of a sudden people hold Tory Lanez to the standard of Kanye West. Like, are you serious? I can understand the whole delusion. If, like, Kanye West was the one to have been in this situation rather than Tory Lanez, I can see why people are, like, you know, up in arms, I guess. But Tory Lanez and the way, oh my God. I'm sorry, Drake is a cornball to me. he has and always will be a cornball to me. I've always thought Drake was corny. I always said that I like his music, like it's a bop. He knows how to make hits, but he's been corny. Okay? And just the way you literally had beef with Tory, right? You had beef with him for so long. And now when your one time to come together is to make that shot, like on his little song with 21 Savage, I don't know. This is why I've stopped getting, not invested, because I've never really been invested in celebrities. It's more so like, you know, current events, what's been going on. I've always looked at Drake funny because it's like, you're always the one to do, like, but that's why I stopped being invested, because like, these people are, like, when you really look at it, I don't see why anybody looks at celebrities as anybody other than just like entertainment, because these people are like, they're not good people. They're not smart. That's for sure. I cannot deal with it. They're not smart people. And for whatever reason, they get these like accolades that are not earned. Like, I don't know. It's weird. But the whole thing, it's like, yes, if you even, because I was peeping it, even people that I know in my real life, I'm like, I unfollowed you. If you said anything in support of Tory Lanez, like in support of anything, I unfollowed you, because like, why would you even? And then another thing is like, okay, maybe I'm too into the internet. Maybe, I don't know. But y'all know Selena Powell, the Black Widow girl. She's another one. But she's been said this about Tory Lanez. Like, she made a whole story time. I don't know if it's still on her channel, but she made a whole story time about her issues with Tory Lanez and how he put her in a wheelchair and some more shit. Like, it was crazy. And that's the same thing. Him, Trey Songz, R. Kelly, they're all one in the same. It's like, where there's smoke, there is fire. You mean, even if there's one person, like, okay, fine, the one-off chance that somebody was lying on you or saying something crazy about you, all right, whatever. Multiple women from multiple cities have said the same story. So it's like, for me, it's crazy to even think everybody has known that Tory Lanez is like an aggressive, you know, everyone says it. It's like the short man syndrome thing. Like, everybody brings that up and everybody talks about how he's a hothead, but then all of a sudden it's such a crazy idea to think that he's capable of shooting a woman. He's done worse with his hands. Like, he be beating on women just generally. And so it's just this far-fetched idea, and like, oh, she's lying. Her story doesn't make sense. Her story doesn't add up. As if like crimes that are done to you, I don't know, whatever. You see, I get very passionate about these conversations because I really cannot fathom the amount of people that just said that this woman was blatantly lying. And then bringing up, like, okay, that was another thing. Like, bringing up her whole sex thing. To me, it was just such a big... And, okay, well, no, let's talk about this trial, okay? Because the whole situation where everybody kind of brought up the whole conspiracy theory about Kelsey being the one that Megan, but Tory was, like, ending it or whatever... That's cool, whatever, that if that's what you want to go with, but that doesn't make any sense to me as far as if that was the case. Tory Lanez is capable of lying. He's not a good person, and he has shown that he will do and say whatever, like, to, you know, help himself. If that was the narrative, don't you think that his legal team would have pushed that? And that's what I didn't understand about Kelsey, because I'm like, girl, he's not saving you. So why are you just doing all this? Like, what are you doing? So I guess that's where I see when people are saying that, like, it was her that shot Megan. I can see where that would go. She's another one. Kelsey needs to be right there with Tory. Like, they're one and the same. Just for being, like, just why are you like that? I don't know. The whole thing, because it's like, I'm not saying that Megan's a good person. I don't know if she's a good person. Maybe she did sleep with 1,000 million people, and maybe she isn't that nice, or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, she was a victim of a gun wound. Like, you can't take that away. I don't know. It was just very telling. I've seen everything that I needed to see when it came to this whole entire case and how people were talking about Megan, because I don't think people get the fact that it's not necessarily about the celebrity. Fine, who cares if you don't like Megan Thee Stallion and you don't believe Megan or whatever because she's this, that, and the third. The thing is, it's more so telling, like, it's more about the situation rather than the person it's happening to. It's just crazy for me. Like, if you're siding with somebody who is capable of shooting someone, who's known, has a track record of being a bad person, and you side with them, even if it's like public, like celebrities and like public figures, it just shows the type of person you are. Like, you're okay with that. You are basically co-signing the behavior of someone, being like, oh, well, that's just his music. Oh, that's like, I would not want to be around you. And that's the thing that, whatever. That's the thing that I can't stand. Where it's like, people sit here and act like politics, right? Politics, celebrities, like really big public things like that. People are like, you don't even know these people. Why do you care? You don't even know these people. And it's like, it's not about me knowing them. It's just like the principle of the matter that you think like this kind of behavior is okay. You don't see anything wrong with this celebrity's behavior. So I'm starting to think that you are okay with this in your regular life. And if you're okay with this in your regular life, I don't want to be around you, because who knows what you're capable of. Like, why does that go over people's heads? I don't get it. I really don't understand that whole thing. Like, oh, why do you care? It's a celebrity. Oh, why do you care? Because it's the same thing. Like, when I get into it, well, I don't even get into politics with people anymore, because I just, whatever. Willful ignorance is at an all-time high. But it's like the same thing with politics, when people are like, oh, why do you even care? Why do you even care? Who cares? Oh, the economy. It's like, okay. If that's where we're going here, like, I know the kind of conversations that we're going to have, and we don't need to continue, like. But I just find it really crazy that somebody is really, because everybody's like, oh, y'all owe Megan an apology. Y'all owe Megan an apology. I don't even know what I would do if I was Megan. I'd be like, all of you, every last one of you, I would have dropped the worst diss track. I would speak on every single thing I possibly could, and nothing would be off limits. Nothing. You better hope and pray that I would spend so much money on this diss track. You don't even understand. Anybody who publicly went against me in support of Tory Lanez, you best believe I'm going to bring up everything, your mother, your grandmother, all your ancestry. I'm going to bring up any and everything. I'm going to talk about it all. And I'm just going to dish it out. Anything that I could find, secrets of the industry. Yeah. Oh my God. And let you not pay your taxes. I would report you to the IRS. I would. That's why I can't. I don't play these games with people, because I can't handle it. Megan is strong. She's a strong person, because no, I can't handle stuff like that. I would not be able to just keep my composure. And I think I have a very strong bias, because I went through this exact same thing. Not being shot in my foot, but so maybe not the exact same thing, but I went through something similar where it's like, why aren't people believing me? Like, why do I have to lie? What about this? And y'all already know who I'm talking about. Yes, I went through the same thing with the Armando situation. Like, no one believed me. No one took what I was saying serious. No one understood. It was happening to multiple girls, and nobody cared. Literally, nobody cared. Everybody who's still, that's why I'm like, I don't know. I resonate a lot with this situation because it would be like people that I wasn't even friends with. People that weren't friends with Armando, but were friends with me before and during our relationship, never spoke to Armando, was never cool with him, never cared about him, yada, yada, yada. And then now all of a sudden when I break up with him and I have expressed all this crazy stuff that he's done to me, now all of a sudden that's when you start hanging out with him. That's when, come on. So maybe I just took this way too personal, the whole Meg and Tori situation, but I'm glad that it finally came out. I knew it. I'm telling you. I knew it. And shout out to you if you actually believed Megan Thee Stallion. And if you didn't and you believe Tori and you still believe Tori, no one cares. This is not the Discord for that. We are not, this is not the place for you to express your support for Tory Lanez and your disdain for Megan Thee Stallion. You can go into the shade room comments with that. But this ain't it. Because I was in awe, honestly, of the amount of people that were backing what he was saying. That was crazy. The same man caught on video. This is what? The same man caught on video saying that he doesn't know what anyone's talking about with that August Alsina situation. He wasn't there. He wasn't there that night. He was in the studio. He doesn't know what anybody's talking about when he was literally on camera. And you people are still saying, like, I'm telling you, I take this too personal. I take it way too personal. Because meanwhile, right, why I say that is because I remember when, and I hate when people do this. I really do. Because I was watching one person's video. They were doing a commentary video on Trisha Paytas. And they just kept referring back to, like, they're like, oh, I know she's a narcissistic abuser because I was with an abusive person once. And it's like, that doesn't even, okay, thank you. It doesn't add anything to the context. But the reason why I'm taking this so personal is because I remember I had caught Armando cheating. And it was like a scene at his house, right? It was a whole scene. His mother was involved. And he, like, literally tells his mom that the reason he's acting this way, because he got caught cheating and he was throwing things and he was, you know, little man syndrome. He was so crazy. And he sat there and told his mom that the reason, because she was concerned as to why he was acting like a crazy person. And he literally goes, it's because she's cheating on me. And these people, these type of people, like the Tory Lanez of the world, like it's a good amount of people that act like they're roaming this world just free and a mess. But it's just wild to me because just they lie so blatantly. And it is a lie. But for whatever reason, people believe them. It's weird. It's crazy. It's like, wow. But I'm glad Megan got her justice, as she should. And I hope she goes crazy on all these people. I don't know what you can do at this point. I mean, people are still going to believe whatever. And they really need to hurry up and make the documentary about it. Because I really, really would love to watch that. This is so hard to do on your non-dominant hand. And I'm trying not to cut myself. And this should be burning. Jesus. Like, you got to do this a certain type of way or you're going to burn your finger off. In other news, speaking of these people, everyone's Holy Trinity got arrested for And if you don't know who I'm talking about Andrew Tate. He's another one who it's not that I don't, okay, how do I want to say this? I don't like him, and it's not because of why people think I don't like him. And that's the problem. Anytime people bring up Andrew Tate, mostly men, it's to continue to perpetuate the same stupid rhetoric that's always said by these alpha male wannabe whatever. I don't believe Andrew Tate. I don't. Because if you watch, I've watched an extensive amount of his like interviews and the podcast that he's been on before. And I don't think he's the guy that like he puts out. I don't think he's mean to women. I don't think that he has like this complex about him. I do genuinely, I feel like just based off of what I've seen all over like all types of media, I feel like he is a very charming, charismatic guy. And I feel like if you met him in person, he would be really nice to you and really charming. And I don't see like the whole macho man thing. I don't get that from him. I feel like he would be a really nice guy. What I don't like about him is the fact that I don't feel like he believes all the stuff that he says. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like him and people like him, people like Trump, people like all these other like crazy radical people that say stuff that like other people wouldn't say. It's just for that. It's for a monetary gain. It's for publicity. You don't actually live your life like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like Andrew Tate, if I went up to Andrew Tate as a woman, I don't think that he would be mean to me. I don't think he would yell at me. I don't think he would be derogatory towards me just because I'm a woman. I don't think that at all. Just based off of how I've seen with his interactions with other people when it's not being like in an interview setting. It's the way he speaks, it's just pandering to the people, to like the losers who actually think that way. I don't know how to explain it. Like, let me know if y'all get what I'm trying to say. I talk way too much with my hands for me to think that this was gonna be like a good idea. But I just feel like he is just one of those, oh shit. I just feel like he's one of those people that just pander to a specific type of audience just to get them riled up. He incites reactions and he's just speaking on, because think about it. If you were really like that, you wouldn't be able to be in the position that you're in. I don't know. Maybe that's just me with my theory, but I personally don't believe that he is this big macho man. Women are inferior and I'm this. Like, I don't feel like he actually lives that out in his real life. That's why I don't pay attention to people like him. People like him and just like those alpha male weirdos that come on here and be like, a woman is my property. She's my woman. Like, those people on here, I don't take them serious because I don't ever believe, like, that's not real. That's not really how you think. That's not really how you live your life. Like, you probably have, like, specific ideologies, but as far as, like, you don't sit there and, like, talk to your wife like a maid and stuff. I don't know. I'm talking about the people that go on these podcasts and like the ones that incite reaction like that. I don't think those are real. I do believe men like that exist. And obviously it's the people that follow these people that are out here doing those type of things. But I don't think the actual public figures speaking on this nonsense. I just think it's all for show. I really do. And as far as his human arrest or whatever, that I've always been confused about. I do not understand it at all. He says that it's just allegations, it's not going anywhere. Because that's the thing, I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't, because that's the thing, it's not because I don't like him that I'd be like, oh yeah, he's guilty. I don't know, maybe he is, maybe he's not. But would I be surprised if he was? No. But I'm not necessarily just saying that he is just because I don't like what he does on social media. Does that make sense? I don't know. There's been so much going on in the media. It has been crazy. It's like that same that basketball player, that boxer that used to date Ari, Javante or something like that. These women, dude. Cause like I feel like we can live in a world where we understand that yes, women do lie, and they lie a lot, but when the evidence is presented that they're not lying, you should believe them. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but because homeboy, his baby mother decided to come out and fake a 911 call. She said that he hit her and whatever, and I'm just like, what makes you lie about stuff like that? The same way I look at you crazy if you support Tory Lanez is the same way I look at you crazy when you make false allegations. And I don't understand how false allegations just go so under the radar. Like I can literally see somebody walking across the street, accuse them of doing something heinous, crazy, right? Their career is over, their image is tainted, they're blacklisted, everything. I could have lied, and I'm living my life like whatever. That's crazy. That is so wild. And that's why I feel like they honestly need to put harsher punishment on people who make these false allegations, so that way we as a society can kind of like evolve and be like, okay, because there's so much consequences, like there's harsh consequences for lying, the people that actually came out against like an abuser or something, people are more inclined to believe them, because it's like, why would you even put yourself in a situation to get like 20 plus years in prison for lying on somebody? You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's just me living in a utopia, but I do think that's crazy. Like people really, it's the same thing with what's his name? 5-year-old foreign, his baby mama. Like, how are you not embarrassed, ma'am? How? You are on live talking about, oh yeah, we're together. You're mad about Asian doll dancing. And one thing that I have learned, maybe I've just been with enough fuckboys to know, the one in the videos, the ones on the Instagram, the ones that are on the Snapchat, those are not your problem. Tell me I'm wrong. Ladies that have been cheated on, tell me if I'm wrong. It's never those ones. So I'm just like, I don't understand why this girl, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why this girl is hyper fixated on Asian doll. I don't even know. That is crazy that you even have to go on live and tell people that you're in a relationship. Like, you have to out this man for being in a relationship with you. That kind of sucks. But you're over here calling Asian doll out because of that video of him getting twerked on. But just the other day, you were saying that he was gay. So what about you and your shenanigans makes you think that people would even be inclined to care about what you're talking about? It's the same thing I feel like with what's her name? Summer Walker and London on the Track's baby mama. That lady, Ebony, is crazy. Like, she's nuts. She is really wild out here. She says anything, and then it's like, it's sad because she started saying all that stuff about the, like, everything that's going on with, like, the daughter and then the son of London on the Track's girlfriend. I don't know how to say her name. But her, it's like, you probably are onto something, or you are not lying. You're being 100% truthful. But the way that you just go about flip-flopping and you just do crazy things and say the most outrageous claims, and then you recant them, and then you come back, like the way she flip-flops and goes crazy and stuff like that, it's like, what makes you think that you are like that and people are like, you know what, I believe her, I want to listen to what she has to say. No, I don't know. People are dumb. It's so sad that the older you get, the more you see how like stupid people are. Like when I was like 16, I always looked at adults like adults, you know, they know better and they're, you know, they're adults. Like you should listen to them. You should think, and it's like, no, you shouldn't actually. I feel like children have more of like a moral compass and just like an understanding of things than most adults do. Because why are you putting this on the internet? That is the wildest part to me. What about this did you think needed to be on the internet? For all parties involved. Because it's like, and especially too, if you know you're lying, why would you even set yourself up like that? If you know you're lying, you know what the you're talking about makes no sense and like you're just making it up as you go along. That's crazy. I don't know why people bring, it's funny because I watch Goddamn Zoe. I always watch his videos and Messy Monday. And it's like when people put like how these like men, like they try to expose these men and they try to expose like all this stuff. And it's like, what would you like us to do about that? What would you like us to do about your baby mama, baby daddy drama, or your relationship drama? That's why I think it's funny when celebrities post that they're single. It's like, were you wanting the regular people that you shit on every time you make a post? Did you want them to know that you're single so that they can reach out to you in your DMs? Or is that for the people in your like your famous everyday life that you wanted to know? Because you could have just kept that on your close friends. Like there's no need at your grown age. I don't even understand that. Can we leave that in 2005? You do not need to announce that you're single. People will get it. I don't know. I feel like if you post I'm single, it just screams like I just want the person to know that I want, like, you know, it just, you want the other person's attention. So it's like, if you didn't really care about that person, you wouldn't feel the need to announce that you're single. So why don't you just wrap this up? You don't have to say anything. You can actually just put your phone down and go to sleep and get back together with him tomorrow because no one's gonna know anything. Wild. And this is coming from somebody, this is coming from somebody who used to do that. But I was a child. I was 15. I remember that. That was so crazy. I literally posted on my Instagram, like as a post, dude. I had posted all this stuff. It's like, oh, guys will make you meet your grandma and still cheat on you, blah, blah, blah. I put all my business out on that one post. That was embarrassing. Oh, when you know better, you do better. And I know better now. I know better now, okay? Could you imagine? Could you imagine me right now, like, putting my business out and tagging my boyfriend? Being like, you didn't wash the dishes last night. I'm so sick of this, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't know. But that's another thing. People need to stop playing with other people's feelings. This is as good as it's gonna get, but people need to stop playing with other people's feelings. I don't understand why cheating is so normalized. Like, that is traumatic to some people. Like, well, to a lot of people, because especially of how you cheat too. Like, these men will be married, have a whole wife and children, and have girlfriends that no one knows about. That's wild. That is so crazy. And they just, like, that is one thing. You will do some crazy things when you are in love. Like, wild stuff when you're in love. So just like playing with somebody's emotions like that, you don't know what people are capable of. I've always thought that way. You never know what somebody's capable of. They must be like, they could be so in love with you and they could really do the whole like, if I can't have you, nobody else can thing. And some people are really with it, and especially women. Women are very like snapped. Yeah. So it's just so weird to me that like, I don't know. How can you cheat on somebody? I don't think I could cheat on. I know that I can't cheat on anybody because I've had so many chances to cheat. Like on Armando, I actively wanted to cheat back, and I just couldn't. It just wasn't in me. So I definitely do believe you're born a cheater. You are. It's in there. You were a cheater. If you've cheated before and all that, like I don't know. You're born a cheater, but it's just crazy. How did I even end up on this conversation? I might have to cut this video short. I may not even finish my freaking nails while on this camera because this took way too long to take off, but also I'm doing too much talking and not enough working. Reminds me of when I was in school. That's what they always used to tell my mom. Anywho, I just wanted to chat because my camera's about to die anyway. So I just wanted to chat and talk about. I wanted to get the Tory Lane situation off my chest and out of my system. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. And then the other topics just kind of came out of nowhere. I don't want this to be too long of a video. I just wanted to kind of like sit and chat with y'all. Let me know if you guys like this videos or if I should keep this for the members only, or if this is something that y'all like, because I can definitely just kind of compile a bunch of like topics that happen during the month or the week or however long. If it's anything juicy, we can just sit and talk about them, like chatting as I do my nails. You can do your nails with me, but I guess this will be like a trial situation. Let me know if you guys like this kind of video, and then we can go from there. So anywho, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and thank you so much for just chilling, chatting with me. It feels good to be back to just talk and just unwind. I should have cracked open a Corona or something, but anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.